So if you don't, you just have an ancient apparition that does nothing. So we'll see where they decide to roll this A. He's probably going to be a support, and if he is the support, you have these two Kotl plus A supports. You don't really have your casual tanky position 4 that's going to run into people and make space, make stuff happen. You're going to have to rely on CK or Lifestealer. So this CK might even have to get a dagger eventually. You have absolutely no way of initiating Vega right now. That also looks like a slight problem, because if you want to kill that morph, you need to initiate plus ancient ult on him, right? But right now you have nothing such as that. So.
I guess they have got a big combo, right? If you do hit the Ice Blast with the Ignis as well, they can lock people in place.
Yeah, they do. There's that. Oh.
Okay, there goes your battle plan.
There you go. That's good luck getting 6 on this AA if Night Stalker and Sven run you over on that lane. Dude, like this is the deal though. You're most likely gonna put Kotl plus Kotl plus Chaos Knight on the off lane, right? And then you're gonna have AA plus Lifestealer on that safe lane. That's not a strong duo. And Night Stalker plus Sven are gonna deal with LS and Ancient Apparition fairly well. So Night Stalker, in my opinion, is gonna have a good time during the day, which means he's gonna be a beast during the night. And he's playing versus Kotl versus A. He's just gonna run them down. I already like the ReaL DeaL's draft a bit more, but not because of this. What I'm saying, I like them because they're all blue. Still, they're keeping.
They are consistent, and
they're
in
consistent
fairness,
with the color schematic. And if you are consistent with one color, you have 5 blue heroes. You all the passives that you get by having 5 blue heroes. You win.
Well, that's interesting way to look at the draft assessment. That was my way of looking at it last time. Good to see you've caught up, right? I'm glad you're on board now. But at the same time, it is justified lanes right now. You said about the Sven and Night Stalker combo. Funnily enough, living up to their name is the real deal up against this Ancient Apparition. He is going to have the most brutal lane of phase I think we would have seen for an AA in a long time.
You need to get this AA somehow, that level 6. Once he gets that 6, he can definitely be a problem for Morphling. So if you are the real deal, you are playing versus AA, you have to respect that. If you don't run them over completely in the laning stage, they're always going to have an answer to your carry. So obviously, Ancient Apparition can be very useful in this game.
I don't think this is a fighting apparition either, right? Like, you can't get close to the combat. You're just going to have to stay far back for the snipe outs with the big blast, right?
Mm-hmm. The ReaL DeaL finishing their draft with their hero. Timber saw just one of these heroes that Penguincheck plays. He doesn't play way too many heroes very well, but the one that he does play a lot, like he's really good at, like this Timber. He has a really mean Timber, a really mean OD. I think his Invoker is also very nice in TA. So he's a little bit limited when it comes to the hero pool, but it doesn't matter. If he performs really well on like 4 or 5 heroes, that's all you need. If you can draft around that. So far, they've been drafting around that very well.
Penguincheck, of course, we have seen him play Timbersaw before, and it should be noted that he is incredibly good, as you said, on his hero. He can sometimes be his own worst enemy, though. His item builds, he's quite experimental, right? We've had games where he went Crimson Guard against magic damage. He sometimes misreads the tempo, maybe, and that is the biggest risk. When you play a hero like Timber, that's the one thing you can't do, because you're a hero that wants to get ahead, and you can't afford to die. You have to keep just sustaining through that mid-game and waste your opponent's time.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with what you said. We see these players sometimes mess up their builds. And this game around, we're going to see a bat versus Timber. Honestly, this can be hard for Timber, especially on mid.
It's more both ways, though, right? Like, I think we've seen this matchup before, and they can kill each other really easily.
We've seen it on the side lane. We haven't seen it on mid. Because on mid, Batrider should have definitely an obvious advantage. There are no trees around, so you're not going to be dealing pure damage. You're not going to be cutting trees as you hit that bat as well. So Bat might have a slight advantage on the mid lane. If they even put Bat mid. But I think they will.
Hey, I know. I got the solution. Penguincheck brings branches to lane. That's your pure damage.
Branches, yeah. Or you just side lane and you put Morphling mid. That's also an answer, but does Morphling do much better versus Bat? I'm not certain that he does. It's Kazubat.
Okay, yes, Kezubat.
We'll see how they lane it. Yeah, DM playing. Oh, so it's the CK mid that you were
Yeah.
talking about. I actually have not seen this yet. I'm about to witness it, obviously.
Or
So
buckle
that's gonna
yourself
be
in.
interesting.
Yeah, it should be quite interesting because you got a lot of sustain on both those heroes, right? The Timber with reactive armor, but Chaos Knight with those Chaos Strikes. So this could end up being a volatile lane with rotations. Otherwise, I think it's likely to just be a very chill and calm lane. A little bit of harassment, but no one really falling before 6 at least. Yeah, those are going to be our drafts. The more I look at this, the more I kind of like ReaL deals. I just like this Night Stalker in conjunction with the Timber going into the mid game.
No, I definitely agree with you. I like their draft a lot. I think it's gonna be very hard for Vega to survive the first night, the first from minute 5 to minute 10. Like, it's gonna be very hard for them to do anything if this Night Stalker has a good laning stage. That's how I feel. I feel that there's a lot of pressure on Shockley to perform, but I don't think that he has like any real counters, so he's not gonna find any problems performing well.
Performance can be a
But
problem.
they did mess up the color scheme, didn't they? They went with the red hero in the end. So I'm not really certain because of that. Like usually I'd say maybe 80% win rate, 80% chances that RD are gonna win. But now with this Timber, he's not blue. Does he have anything blue on him? Like,
no, he could have had a set, right? There was that frost-based one that you could have for a Timber. So instead, he went for the whole steampunk one. So I'm a little bit disappointed in him.
Yeah, I'm disappointed and very worried now. If you don't have a blue set, what are you doing? Your team drafted blue because they thought you had a set, and Penguincheck without that set, no.
That's how I bet them in. But you know what? Speaking of cosmetics, I've had an idea for an Ancient Apparition cosmetic. All right, so what you do is you give him this armor that is kind of golden plated and kind of shaped like a cylinder, almost like an urn, right? And then you have like this spirit inside it. Following so far? You picturing this?
Is that spirit Will Smith, perhaps?
It's slightly no. Actually, that's one way we could have went. I was thinking more spirit vessel. Just this giant spirit vessel walking around.
So basically, the ghost from the lamp, right?
Yeah, I mean, let's be totally honest. He is just a giant spirit vessel when you think about it. Will Smith. He gets to stay blue as well. It's fantastic.
Exactly. Vega putting that very deep ward once again. Like, I appreciate this. They're staying consistent to this ward, but people are gonna start rewarding this. Like these teams, they watch each other play all the time. I know because I've been there, and once you start planting the same ward time after time, it's gonna start being rewarded. So maybe a few more games that we're gonna see it, and then people are gonna figure it out and start rewarding it.
True. Sometimes you see an abnormality like TI8. There was a big focus around what the side of LGD were doing with their warding. Suddenly, people had a new perspective on ward placements. Then the map change dropped, and all of a sudden, we're back at square one. Yeah, as you said, they watch a lot of each other. They kind of fast forward through these replays. They keep an eye, especially on ward placement and regular smoke movements. Maybe next time, just duke it out a little bit here. And there's going to be a stun coming out on Nicole, but he's pretty fast. Poshka hasn't leveled into a skill yet.
If he went for Arctic Burn, I think they might even be able to kill him there, but he opted not to. He opted to save a point.
It would have been close.
Yeah, I can't blame him. You want that second spell on the lane that you go to. You want to be able to pressure with it. He can still go for Arctic Burn though.
It's also the case of, we've hit this before, right? Once you get someone low, Arctic Burn does no damage. They eat Tango, they'll probably live. Meanwhile, in the mid, we do have a DeaL lane. For both sides, in fact.
Dual lanes, actually, yeah. We have Excalibur and EGM versus Pexu and DM. Alright.
This is favor right now. I feel like this is maybe slightly in favor of Morphling because you can skew those early CS while CK should have been okay on his own.
I'm not certain. I think once they have a few levels on CK, they are able to take down either Sven or the Morphling. Well, Morphling is a bit more difficult, but Sven can definitely die. Same can be said about AA if he's out of position, but it's much harder for him to be out of position than it is for Sven. And look at this.
There we
They
go.
start.
1 second stun. The cold feet will proc. He does throw out the Storm Hammer. Jerry should be able to walk it off the belly. Gets dragged back though. Needs one more tap. It's not enough. 10 HP. He got in range of the armor from the tower.
Yeah, he did turn and stun, which is really good. So he bought himself that 1 extra second to survive. But that's what I'm talking about. It's much harder for Sven to be in front, and even though he's very tanky and he has stout shield, it's harder for him than AA. Bottom lane Shaco is getting low. He should be fine though, I think.
I don't know. This looks like he might fall. No, he's going to be the first blood. Maybe next time gets it. You know what you're thinking right there, Liz? You're like, oh yeah, it's lifesteal. Remember, it's based on current, current HP. No, not anymore. 2 points in feast is enough to bring him down.
Yeah, pretty good there. At the same time, you know what's happening. You have this Bat versus Timber on a side lane, not as we predicted. So that's gonna be really good for Bat, I think. It can go either way. Actually, for Timber, it can go either way. But Timber, if he works with those trees, if he baits the Firefly, he can take down Kezu, and Kezu is actually making a move right now.
Yeah, he's doing decent damage. Penguin Check is keeping out of range most of the time. And Firefly is running out soon. Penguin Check, though, it's too late. He goes down.
This is not the way you skill on the side lane versus Bad. You skill Whirling that and you skill Timber Chain. You don't max out reactive armor. So, I don't know. Maybe he didn't play this matchup on the side lanes, but you don't really get a lot from reactive armor when you're playing versus Bat. He still runs you down. He's just sticking napalms you and you die like that. But if you have Whirling that, you just stand next to the trees and you spam it, and you dodge the Firefly as much as possible. So maybe, yeah, maybe he's unaware of that. Maybe he has a plan of his own. I don't know. Jerry, however, they have a plan of killing him on that mid lane.
He's going to turn around with Stormhammer again. Pex is taking a lot of damage from Excalibur, actually. They're going to drag back on Jerry, but I'm more concerned for this AA. He's going to go down.
Pexel, my friend, you were fine, but he turned for some reason. He was fine. He was completely alright there, but instead of running, he turned to try and help DM. But Morphling was on top of him. That's not worth it. Even if you killed that Jerry, you still feed the kill to solo Excalibur.
Yeah. As a result, he goes down. Jerry stays alive. EGM refusing to die. And this gets harder. Once he reaches level 3, you're probably going to see a second point into the Warcry. And good luck bursting through that shield. Other thing, do you get enough value out of the AA? I guess with the bonus damage coming out from Chill and Touch.
Poshka is rotating mid, so maybe they can turn this. Maybe they can kill someone on mid again.
Probably Pexu.
He does have Cold Embrace instead of Arctic Burn.
There it is. Pexu going to be stunned up here. Splinter Blast doesn't connect. Excalibur chasing in, decides against diving the tower, has to move away due to the cold feet. They jumped the gun a little there. It seemed a little bit too obvious, the timing.
I mean, if they have Arctic Burn there perhaps they can get a kill. It's really interesting that Poshka went for Cold Embrace. It's not a spell that we see picked up very often early on by Wyverns, so...
Maybe questionable choice, especially top. What's going on here? All right, they rotate in. They do get the kill on the Kezu after he kills off the Timber, and they switch lanes.
Yeah, they're going to put Excalibur top. And they're going to put Timber mid.
Slash low. Was harassed a little bit. Looks like Rune should be... They're going to be... Jerry's going to grab another one. So it's going to be free going the way of ReaL DeaL. I'll be happy with that. So now we are going to see Penguin Check versus Kezu in the mid lane as they've shifted around. They just can't seem to actually give this Timbersaw a break. No matter where he goes, the Batrider will follow.
I mean, it's his own damn fault that he went for reactive armor, though. Honestly. Like, he could have had a decent lane, but because of this reactive armor, he's suffering. Now, he understands that Bat is going to be aggressive, so Night Stalker and Wyvern are nearby. They might go and help him. Sven is there as well. They're 4-manning this Kezu Bat.
Silenced up on the Kezu as well. He can't get up in the air. Maybe he finally can. A little bit too fast for them.
I mean, he is creating so much space with this. Like, Lifestealer is farming on his own. Morphling is being pressured by A plus CK. You just rotated a 4-man rotation and you did nothing, and your Timber still might die if if he's like not careful enough.
That's the thing, right? It's not just that that rotation fails. It's your first nighttime, and you've had no impact as this Night Stalker at all. Like what? You secured one rune? Great. That's why you pick the Night Stalker, so you can do that once every 10 minutes.
We still have 4 minutes to work with, but
it's not a good start, though.
A whole lot, definitely.
And you can already see Shashlo backing up as he was trying to fight out with Madara. Not advisable. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Check will be forced away, but Kezu's going to keep chasing. At one point, the Firefly, he's maxing out the Napalm first. Vinchek trying to move away. Flame break. Does break the Timber Chain. And he's diving the tower. There's the last to drag him back, and Timber's dead. The good news is Miposhka finally has a point in the Arctic Burn.
On top lane, DM might fall, so that's a nice kill.
Okay. That to strike finished off.
Excalibur is doing well, but as we stated earlier, he's gonna struggle versus this AA once AA is 6, because you're gonna have a clear chance of killing him every time Ancient Apparition has that ult, which does not have a very long cooldown either. You don't kill Kezu though, do you? They're trying, but
they're really going again. It's just overly obsessive with the bat ride, and as a result, they're going to be punished. Dragged back in. Stratglow. It's night time, but weirdly enough, not fight time for him.
Yeah, and Penguinchik on the bottom lane.
Taking more damage.
He should be fine. He has a lot of stacks here, yeah.
This is a hero he can deal with because you're getting so many stacks of reactive armor there.
Yeah, he has a bunch of armor stacks. And he's gonna eat the blast. Almost he's gonna pop, but he has sticks.
Yeah, he'll be fine. The Infest did get him a little bit scared there, but they didn't have the mana for the open wounds. It's still on cooldown anyway.
Yeah, but there's Timber. He feels like a support right now. He doesn't really have a whole lot, and he's not gonna be able to influence the game a whole lot. So ReaL DeaL, yeah, I don't know. I expected them to do much better in this laning stage, and if you don't do well with this hero, I don't know what your backup plan is. It's this Morphling, but he's countered hard by AA.
Yeah, it's only the Morphling as well, because the Timber is a hero you pick to just dominate lane phase, and the Night Stalker, you know, if you don't get off to a good start, half the time you're just a giant creep.
Kezu again.
Going on Kezu. They might be able to get him this time around, slowing him up.
Blinding light.
But no, he's going to move away. The Flame Break breaks off. The Firefly into the tree line. Problem is he's cutting those trees as well, and they'll get him with the Chakram.
Right, they won't have Blinding Light, as maybe next time did not skill it yet. He's only level 4. If he had it there, maybe that survives, but this time around, Kezu gets denied. So even this time around, they don't get that kill. So it's this is like third, 4th attempt.
Well, they're gonna make an attempt on maybe next time this time around. They use the Dark Ascension as well. They'll slow him down with the Void. They will be able to get the kill, but that's a long cooldown for a kill onto a support. That's all you get.
It is, but you usually, I mean, you can use it to prolong the first night, that's true. And you used it during the night, which isn't great. So, yeah, it is a little bit of a wasted spell, but it's not the biggest of deals. You prevent him from defending this tower, which is gonna leave Penguinchik hitting it a bit longer and possibly even taking it down.
Meanwhile, in the line of Batrider, everyone is scared. You saw the instant TP away. Morphling wants nothing to do with that lane. The TP both the supports up because they want to get the runes. Exit will throw out the cold feet. Imposhka gets away from it though. And can he pick up the rune? No, he can't. Gets dragged right over it. He can dream of the gold that he will not receive. Instead, Vega gave him more. As Imposhka will inevitably die.
Double the freeze. He froze himself, but Pexu froze him upon of that freeze. Like, that's a double freeze right there.
You think that maybe they're being impervious to this freezing, considering they are both essentially made of frost?
Well,
last two coming in.
Gonna burn on top lane, yeah.
EGM, he is pretty screwed. 7 sticky napalm stacks.
You are gone. That's his last name, right? Lundqvist. Jerry Lundqvist.
I think it's Lundqvist.
Yeah, it should be.
Go through this pronunciation stage again.
Lundqvist. Yeah, it
is. You till chat with
Lundqvist. Look at that. I'm just searching for him on Wikipedia. What a handsome fella.
Not Facebook?
Yeah, and the TI winner. And he's my age, actually. I should go play again.
Okay. I thought you were going a different way with that for a second, trying to hook up.
Alternate IDs of EGM are Enter God Mode, obviously that's what EGM stands for, Donnie, and Potato. So he's been using Potato a lot. It's great.
Hopefully he doesn't play like a potato. In fairness, he's only died once so far, so Jerry's done a decent job of surviving this early mid-game aggression.
One of his first teams was Emo Core, by the way. Emo Core, that's what his team name was.
That's a little bit edgy.
Well,
Dark Ascension again.
Next time.
Once again for maybe next time. TP coming in from Madara. I'm not sure if that's advisable.
He's silenced.
Nice blast coming through as well. And there's the rage activated. Madara's going to move forward on Jerry. Just saying he hadn't died much. He might die here. It is. Slows him down enough for Pexu to get the kill.
Yep, they tried going on that Madara. They felt a bit too cocky, too confident in their strength that they do not really have.
And that's another Dark Ascension used. You're still not getting much value. Instead, look at the gold lead. Vega now up 3,000 gold over the side of ReaL DeaL.
Well, this time they did use it during the nights, during the daytime, so it's not wasted. It doesn't really matter too much. You're still all right with that, as long as you get one kill, and they did get one kill. They only lost Jerry there, so whatever. But they aren't really pressuring them as hard as we expected, so still, you are rolling a Morphling lineup. Morphling is pretty strong right now, and we'll see if Excalibur has what it takes to just solo carry this game.
Oh, down on DM here. 2 supports versus 1 core, and no one has come to help, but they can't do the damage. They're just trying to punish this because it's very greedy from the side of Vega. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, last who's there, and Excalibur. You can wait for him away, but you might be in a little bit of trouble here. They touch him once, he's dead. He's still got the blast on him. And no, Winner's Curse just in time! Oh, Mimposhka, he waited patiently with that. Nice blink away coming out from Kezu, though. They're going to keep pursuing. I don't know if they can get him, though. Sticking napalm down, waveform forward. Kezu might be out of the hot zone.
Yeah,
I think Vincek trying to poke.
Coming. Wait, is that water flying and also dropping fire underneath it?
There is some slight clash of elements here.
Alright, flying water, dropping fire. Sounds about right.
Dota may not be 100% elemental logic.
They tried adding elements. Vincek.
We didn't want it though. They do want to kill the pin Vincek. He's been held up in the burns. He's gonna move away, and they didn't pursue.
Yeah, they used the flame break a bit too soon. I think like every time you're going for that kill, you wait with the flame break and try to break his timber chain with it, as it can mess it up. So that would have been the play, but still it's a hard kill. Without the lasso, it's very hard to kill that timber at the moment.
But the good news right now for Vega is, even if they don't get kills like that, it's the items they've chosen to build, right? They've got the Midas on the CK, they've got the Midas on the Lifestealer. And we talked about this Morphling being the win condition for ReaL DeaL, but it's not like he's going to go for these farming items, right? Like, he's going for that Manta.
I mean, that's basically farming for him. He's not buying Midas. This hero does not get Midas. Get Yasha and the Manta to farm and to get some silences off. Silences that are going to be up on DM, yeah?
Yeah, balanced up. They're going to chase onto him. He's pretty damn tanky. Reinforcements are coming close. DM is going to be closest to 4 stuff away. Stay alive. This time the Dark Ascension will find maybe next time again. This is a sad life for Keeper this game. Every Dark Ascension has targeted him out in the end.
At least they got the Wyvern kill on top, so position 5 for a position 5. Not too shabby. And this time Dark Ascension is not wasted, as he used it just before the nighttime. So it actually just continued into the night. And he's gonna have the cooldown by the next day. He isn't gonna fly around though and silence people, but yeah.
Although they need to actually start aggressing Madara, I think. He's almost got the relic now. Meanwhile, Kezu's super deep here. Let's have the blink. Does he want to go? Slash low, activates the silence and moves in. Only sees Pexu though and backs away. They're hunting, but I think if you want to go, you went straight away. Although Excalibur has now arrived, Pexu's going to waste their time. Kezu's nearby, but doesn't want to engage. We'll just throw out the Ice Blast. Excalibur taking a lot of damage, actually. We'll manage to wait for him away.
Yeah, should be fine. There's no way he drops low enough to die from AA. But they went so deep. I expected them to jump on that Wyvern. Instead, they didn't, and yeah.
I thought Kezu might hang around, actually. Because, like, he jumps in and gets killed in a Morphling. And then I think you can actually beat the last 2 because they'd already thrown out the silence. I mean, it's a risky play, right? But even if you just get the Morphling, it's worth it.
It's definitely worth it. Yeah, slowing down Excalibur even further. Not to.
Instead, you accelerate him a little bit. But they have got the Infest Bomb now.
They're going. They do see this morph. They do realize where he's farming, so they might just go for him. There's one Radiant Ward that did show him for a little bit.
They decided against it. They were seeing if someone would come for the top creep wave. They can't waste time.
They saw the Night Stalker connecting, so that instantly makes it a bit harder. And he wants to use that Midas in 10 seconds.
Especially against the Shrine. You know, that's another variable you have to consider. Yeah, Midas in 10 seconds, and he almost has that Radiance now.
Yeah, just a bit short of the recipe. But once he gets it, he's just gonna... I think that's their time to strike, and they're gonna be looking to fight. Even though they have a Midas on CK, he did get those drums. He is quite tanky. He is quite strong.
It's all about the iron timing synchronicity as well, because the boosted travel will be available soon for the Batrider. 800 gold more. And then he can just split push, come in with his gank attempts, even bring the lifesteal along for them.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go for travels.
Dashlow jumps in with the Dark Ascension. DM will activate the Phantasm though, now drag it in. He says, alright, you want to silence me? I don't know if you want me here. The Ignis gets dropped the Ice Blast through. He's going to connect on the 2. Pinvin check, needs to back away if this can't heal up. DM is getting low, will back away himself, but the Infest Bomb comes out, kills off Dashlow, will turn around for the kill on Impostor as well, who does have the Witness Curse, but doesn't get a chance to use it. Hunting for Pexu, Scalp's going to move in, Cold Feast on him though, turns in with Rage. Will turn right back, they'll look for the kill finder onto the AA, but now they need to get the hell out of dodge, but stun on Pinvin check, no trees here, no escape, only death.
Yeah, well, one guy survived. That's this Morphling. He's gonna continue farming top. He didn't die in that engagement. 4 of his teammates did. And that's not looking too great. They're not looking too hot right now. They need to wait for this Morphling because honestly they had a horrible laning stage in my opinion. Yeah, you have this Night Stalker, but he didn't really have the greatest time, and then he went Midas. This is basically recovery Midas. He needs to farm with this. He needs to get a few items. That's a problem. More than a few, yeah, but that's a problem when you're a Night Stalker. You want to be on the offensive. You want to be setting the tempo of the game, especially in these night engagements, man. You want to be so strong in these nights. But you aren't. You just aren't.
He's like a little puppy. Madara chasing in right now. He does have the Radiance. And they can't hold him in place. So if he wants, he can rage and just continue to pursue.
At the same time, they try to go for Madara on bottom, but he's just way too tanky. He doesn't even care any longer. Has that Radiance. Even when versus Timber, he can stand and fight.
Madara is going to go towards the Yasha and Sarge next, not the mana build that we usually see. I guess he just wants to actually fight fast, which makes sense, right? You don't want to be going super late up against this Morphling.
Manta doesn't help him here because he can't clear Night Stalker's silence. It's AoE based, so there are no spells that he can deal with them that Manta is able to clear. So he goes for SMY, which is just as good, and it's gonna, as you said, make him tankier. And that will help out.
It's already having an impact straight away. That Radiance managed to run down the mid-tier 1 tower, forcing these rotations on them to failing, basically. And this is just space for the rest of his team to just keep on farming, get their items, because you've now got the armlet ready on the Chaos Knight, and he's going for the Blink Dagger next.
Yeah, this Chaos Knight, besides the bat, is one of their best ways of initiating, especially once he gets that Blink Dagger. So he's gonna be able to just jump in and blow one hero up, and then you Infest Bomb with the bat and take someone else down. So they have multiple ways of engaging in these fights, while when you look at ReaL DeaL, they don't really, they just run at you.
In one Lana Kezu. That was an interesting attempt. He gets silenced up, the Dark Ascension activated. Jerry gonna go for the TP way, the Ice Blast is there. I'm not sure it's gonna be enough, he should just about live. They did use the Witness Curse as well, though, just to ensure that they could get EGM out. There is a pursuit.
However, Pexu, yeah, he should go
he gets his ward down, the one we've talked about before that they always do. And Slashlow, he needs to get out, actually. He can't hang around. Kezu's here now. Oh, they have to strike across to actually snipe him out. They were keeping vision for that. Now reinforcements are arriving. Madara's here, though. I don't know if you can do enough to Kezu. They're going to wait for him through and try. Rage activate. Excalibur. Can't do enough, though. Madara chasing the rest of them away. He's going straight for Slashlow. DP out. Will be able to escape. Madara Can't actually find a kill just yet, but reinforcements have arrived. 4-second stun on the Timbersaw. They're going to move in right now. They'll try and stun up to protect him. They'll try and Timber Chain away. It's getting low, but we'll be able to heal up. The lasso comes out. Drags him straight back towards his death. Now Excalibur chasing in. Looking for something, but can't find it. Has to turn around and run away. Tier 2 will fall. Vega able to start to take control of this upper quadrant of the map. Real deal, starting to look a little helpless.
Hard. Like, he used that ulti, it is on a long cooldown, so I guess you wait for to come back if you are Vega, but if a Timber dies that fast in a fight, something's wrong. Something's not right.
Something's very wrong, and I think it's how much gold this lifesteal is being allowed to get now. He's building a healthy lead over the Morphling. Now chasing on to Jerry, who will go for the TP away.
It still is a lifestealer versus Morph matchup, and you're fine when you're this ahead. And lifestealer in the current meta is definitely stronger, but Morphling can be alright. Once he gets that Skadi, you are able to kite the lifestealer a little bit. It's not awesome, but yeah, it's something. You are still playing versus AA, and your Timber is dying like he isn't Timber. He's dying like he's Crystal Maiden. That's the biggest issue. Like, this Timber dies way too fast, and then you have an AA to deal with the Morphling. It looks like Vega, they just have all the solutions to this ReaL DeaL's draft. If ReaL DeaL had a really good laning stage, then this wouldn't be the situation. This Timber would just stand in front and be a beast.
Oh, nope. Lasso with the Winner's Curse coming out as well. Slash low. Will be forced to fight. The Ignis gets dropped on the 4 though. Be careful. DM's going to move right into the center of this mess, and Jerry will be played by the Cold Embrace, but not for long. They're going to keep hitting into him. Madara wants this kill, be able to find it. Soon looking for more on the back line. Slash low forced to fight up against DM. Tries to reach the tree line. Will be able to do so. Madara uses the rage to protect himself. Excalibur chasing through. Is low on health. Needs to be careful. Morph up a little bit. Stun on Pingvin check will slow down the pursuit. Kezu making sure Slashlow can't get closer. There's going to be a Infest coming out from Madara to heal up, but now slow down with his own open wood. He's going to move in, look at the silence. Slashlow getting low, has to move away. The cold feet procs him out there. Madara activates the rage, moves in, look for the kill. Miposhka used the cold embrace to protect himself at Pingvin check. He has no way of staying alive. Madara will keep on hunting, and he'll be able to find it. The Yule's going to come out, but the stun. Pingvin check just out of range of the burn. They'll be able to find the kill in the DM, but Pingvin check, is he going to live? Yes, he is. Timber Chain into the base. They'll turn around at Excalibur now. The Warcry trying to protect him, but that won't work. They will get the kill, and now they'll hunt for more. Jerry being hunted down. He already used the Stormhammer, so Madara does not give a damn. Cold Embrace won't keep him alive, and Midas is off cooldown, so Madara needs something to hit.
Yeah, he has a creep here to Midas. And obviously, Timber did survive, but Morphling dying, I think that hurts them. I think you need this Morphling to get as much as possible out of these fights without dying, and he didn't manage to do that first time. Yeah.
It's a very messy chase coming out from ReaL DeaL. They felt like they needed to do something, but the way that Vega split near the shrine ruined any opportunity to find those kills.
Yeah, they were kind of not focusing the same targets, right? They were being kited around. Nyx would, Morphling would go for Nyx, Night Stalker would go for Bat. They used the shrine. I think Night Stalker used it for himself alone as well, while all of them were pretty low. So definitely a messy fight from the ReaL DeaL. Could have went a bit better, definitely.
I think you see why they done it as well, right? Because the Ice Blast was thrown out really early and didn't get a huge impact. And that's your biggest worry right now, is if Ice Blast is on cooldown, you go, okay, we can fight. But if it's up, ReaL DeaL have to be very, very careful with their probe attacks.
No, I definitely agree. They had to go and fight. They had to go and hunt. I also thought that they had a shot there, but the way Vega played that team fight out was just better.
Now they're on the hunt again. They shoot the tier 2. Kezu moving in. Lasso's going to come out to the wide, and Miposhka dragged down to the low ground. No escape from that. Be pulled back up and killed off by the Chaos Knight. Kezu does get the kill.
You're in a bad spot if you are being hunted down while it's nighttime and you have Night Stalker on your team. You're in a really bad spot. So.
Well, the good news for him is they're not attacking him, so he gets to use his Midas uncontested. He'll just try and push out the top.
He's buying that BKB after. How effective is that gonna be, though? That's the question. Well, he's gonna be able to keep one target silenced before. Well, AOE. He's gonna be able to keep an AOE silenced as long as that BKB is up. So that's pretty good for them. But they still need to find a way to backstab them. They need to find a way to jump on the Kotl and the AA. If you don't, like, they just juke you way too well on the side of Vega.
Well, this has always been the argument, though, right? It's the argument of initiation and who has it. And ReaL DeaL, they've been lacking this whole time the means to get in there.
Yeah, you can just run at them if you are ReaL DeaL. Nothing. He could ult there. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Liz, but didn't Miposka just die here?
Yeah, he did. This time around, I think he could have ulted AA and then ran off, or maybe he dies after, but doesn't matter. But the big issue for ReaL DeaL is that they can just run at you. They have no initiation. And you can see that right here. Vega, they have CK, they have Batrider.
Yep, Chaos Knight does have his blink now. That's the ridiculous part, is how much gold this Chaos Knight actually has. Given the way that laning phase was playing out as well. Madara, of course, is on top as you expect. But no one is really competing with CK. The closer you got is Morphling, but the items, the difference is there. Drums will get them away. Like, that's the big thing to highlight, right? Is you talk about the items that the Morphling has for his net worth versus the items that the Chaos Knight has. And it's very clear which one's getting more value out of these items. Jerry, however, there's no value for him anywhere in the world. He will go down. It'll be a slow and painful death. He'll say space created, but he still dies nonetheless.
He dies. He does have those Vlads and 2 bracers, so he does make them waste some time killing him. But at the same time, though, like, how much time is really wasted? The Nyx is farming. He doesn't care a whole lot. He's gonna have that. What's he buying actually?
Is he going for the? Is it the heart? It must be
heart. Yeah, heart.
Okay,
heart. I think. He's going for the heart, so he's gonna have that. And they're just gonna go on your high ground next. Plus, they're pushing in with bats, so you have to be careful of that blink lasso. And down the cliff, out of your base.
Not often we see the heart pick up as well. Usually these lifesteals are focused more on getting their hands on an AC. But if you're unkillable,
we're gonna see 2 hearts. We're gonna see 2 hearts. One on Nyx and the other on DM's Chaos Knight. So both of these boys are gonna be very seriously tanky in this next fight.
Madara just trying to protect that clean sheet. 6-0-7 right now as the score hasn't died a single time in this game. Doesn't intend to anytime soon. Not with Kezu guarding him at every stage. Just D-Warden as well now they have that gem on the Batrider.
The problem for the ReaL DeaL is that A isn't... Morphling isn't even trying to split push properly. It's the Night Stalker and the Timber. But you need to retreat with these guys already. You have to start defending.
Gara's pushing. He already threw out the stuns. The rage was forced, but Excalibur still just split pushing. He does have the Scardy now, but what can you do with it? Oh, Lasso coming out. Actually, they catch him as he TP's in. Nice blast going to follow through as well. Excalibur needs to run away. Use the rage. There's the use of the Ignis coming out. Force him to fight it and get rid of it. Meanwhile, Pinwin check for zoning out the rest. They backstab from behind. They'll find the kill in the AA, but he's already at his value. Buyback comes out from the Wyvern. Kezu, he's an escape plan, but Jerry, he's the one in trouble as Madara does arrive to protect his back line. He does leave DM back in the base, though. Maybe they find the kill on the Night Stalker. They'll push him back. They will be able to TP out the call, and they'll back away from that high ground.
That was a pretty solid defense. I think Morphling did really well there when he didn't beta that lasso, but instantly transformed into Nyx. I think that was very valuable for them, as with that Nyx form, he didn't die to the Ice Blast. I was gonna say Frost Nova now because of you and your talk about it. Yeah, Ice Blast didn't get him down, so that whole talk about how AA counters Morphling wasn't put to any effect there in that last fight. They did buy back home, Poshka only, right? So not the biggest loss for the ReaL DeaL actually, and they hold, which is great. Now Madara is alone.
And they kill him there. They're moving in. Wins is out on him. Excalibur trying to chase, but this is a very difficult kill.
Has a rage TP. He's actually baiting them.
Yeah, they're coming in right now. Kezu is here. We'll cut into the tree line. Has the lasso available, but there is going to be a Lotus to protect. Excalibur needs to be careful. Chasing this too far. There is Lasso's himself in the end. Says, screw it, fine. Because on the other side, there's a fight going on. Ice Blast is going to come out. AA moving away from Shashlo here. Timber chain across with the use of the Wall and Death. We'll get the kill on Shashlo with the TP out with the BKB. Kezu does fall as well. Madara, they've cut him perfectly. He can't find anything here. On the back line, DM did maybe find a kill here, though. Jerry hangs around, gets dragged back, says, don't you dare touch my call. He will... Is he?
Jerry?
Come on, no way does he get away from this.
Nah, he should be dead. Yeah, there's no blink on him. There's a blink on CK. It's very hard that he survives. Overall, though, they do lose the bet. They lose the AA only for Jerry's Sven. I think if you are the real deal, you're satisfied with these trades again. Like every single trade that happens across the map that's like this is alright for you. You are 10k behind, it's not really an easy game for you, but you could instantly see how that Scuddy came into play, that last fight. Kezu, he tried to lasso him to keep him in spot for the Nikes to kill. Nikes just doesn't deal that much damage. There's a bunch of armor on Morphling. Right now, 1300 HP and 40 armor, so you don't really hit him for a whole lot right now. You do have that Radiance burn, obviously, but...
Yeah, that's going to be a very slow way to try and kill someone.
If you do catch that Morphling, however, if you do lasso him and you follow up with AS Blast, he's just gone. Doesn't matter if he had 3 Scuddies, he'd still die.
Madara moving into the base. Don't care about Aegis's. Excalibur turns into Madara. Everyone's come out on him. Now they're going to jump straight in pretty deep. In fact, Silence Pop DM can't do anything. Ignis is going to be dropped in get out of range maybe, but the Silence is still there. No! Ice Blast does come through, does connect. They don't care though. They're already running through Vega. 3 down. When it's Curse going to come out, make it 4. Kezu can't get away from this. They do find a kill on Sven, but Madara, with a cheeky look on his face, will walk away from the base saying that wasn't my fault.
That's a 4-man wipe, and for what? Why did DM just... I mean, we talked about how important it is for them to jump the backlines for both of these teams, actually, but the way he did it, he just blinked into the silence from Night Stalker, just disappeared momentarily. That was not the play. And they did have the combo from the A and Kotl, but the BKBs were popped, and there was also the rage from Morphling as he turned into Nyx. I don't know, that is, like, considering how far ahead Vega was, that wasn't really the best executed fight, I think.
Yeah, that DM, it was like one of those superhero moments, you know, the ones where they just fly out in front of the villains, go, "Fear not, citizens, I am here." Only the villains had armor-piercing rounds and just blew his face off.
I mean, he does have that heart, right? So he feels kind of tanky, but you are playing versus Rolling Death, you are playing versus Timbersaw. You have to understand that he's going to take down your strength anyway, so... Even
the burn as well from the Wyvern. Another thing that most people forget.
Yeah, with the percentage-based burn, you have to be careful with these heroes.
I think that was the other surprise with the way that Madara went going towards his heart over an AC, is just you stack more HP against a lineup that, as you said, had the means to punish you for that.
Yeah, that's definitely a little bit questionable. It still is his build, and I respect it. Maybe that AC that you called for was a little bit better, I think.
Looks like DM will go for it now anyway, so they'll eventually get one. They need to actually buy some time, get the next big item. The question is, what will ReaL DeaL have by the time you have yours? Because you can already see Excalibur queuing up the butterfly. Timbersaw now does have a Hex.
Well, the question is, what's Excalibur gonna have? Everyone else is... They are relevant, don't get me wrong, but this Morphling, it's his game to carry. Now they are smoking up. With this Hex, perhaps they can get a good pick off.
Nice time activate, and Vega are far away from safety. Looking on the Kezu. Hex is going to come out, slow him down with the void as well. They're going to move in. Pull stuff away, doesn't matter. Adaptive Strike kills him off. Ignis does get dropped, but they're nowhere in position to use it right now. DM is going to jump in. Abyssal does come out. Slash shows BKB still run. Phantasm activated. Excalibur down to half HP. The buyback comes out from Kezu. Witness Curse has been used, and DM, his own illusion's being turned against him. Not doing enough damage just yet. The stance is there on the back. Right, he just pulled back into this. He can't go down. No! They're going to be able to find him. Excalibur with the BKB activated. Looking to fight. Goes even deeper on the DM. He is low, and he is going to fall. No way to stop that from happening. Madara surrounding all sides. Forced to fight. Goes for the kill on the Jerry. But even if you get that, where's your escape plan? Rage is running out in a second. And there's the Hex. There's the open wounds. And now the rundown shall begin.
He's so tanky, and he has
the stun. Pivot check. He can't get away. The Abyssal as well with the Ice Blast coming through. ReaL DeaL, they get a little bit too greedy now. Madara on the hunt for more. He sees Miposhka, will stun him up straight away with the Basher. And it looks like Excalibur will escape, but Wyvern will not be so lucky.
I mean, it's the way this game, it's the way these team fights have played out before too. If the ReaL DeaL can jump on the Bat, on the A, on the Kotl, they instantly clean them up, and then they just ignore the Nikes. This time around, they didn't manage to get those heroes. So because of that, Nikes is just in front. You're focusing him, but he's not gonna die. Even without that rage, it's very difficult for them to take him down right now.
Definitely a thin window of opportunity. But definitely crippling for Kezu to buy back and die like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true.
I mean, look his network.
They did. They got the jump back, right?
What, Vega? I don't think they did. Let me check
Bat
the...
had the jump,
Oh yeah. They put it back in
it's
base.
on A. Oh, okay. Yeah, they have it. So Bat is gonna be able to pick that up again. It's very important for them to keep as much vision on this map as possible.
And with the pickup of that,
his
net worth is back up above ball now.
With the pickup of that gem, yeah.
That just goes to show how much his net worth has been stunted, though, by these deaths, right? Like, he's about to be surpassed by maybe next time. Yes, it is a keeper of the light, and yes, you give him some priority for that double ult, but you shouldn't be this close in terms of net worth.
Yeah, it depends how you play. It depends how your game goes. Scotland is always going to farm. He's going to have a lot. He's going to get that refresher eventually. It is a really greedy support that farms a lot in general. Bat should have more. Yeah, but considering he bought back, died back, didn't have really a brilliant game.
He's going for the Lincolns next as well.
Yeah.
Understandable against these heroes with what they're throwing out on him. Now, the question is, can Vega get Roche? And will ReaL DeaL interrupt it? Because Slashlow is hunting with the Dark Ascension. Still has some long BKB. Well, it's down to 6 seconds. That's still long enough, though, when you consider the silence.
Yeah, I love how he preemptively uses that silence so Bat can jump him and lasso him. At the same time, though, I'm wondering if BKB for Bat would have been a better idea this game. Yeah, Lincoln's is fine. I guess it's the best versus Winter's Curse, right? But at the same time, I have a feeling BKB would be a bit better versus these AoE silences and stuns and everything that they've got.
Okay, Madara is sick of being ignored in these fights.
Rapier?
He blew out on it. This is all in.
Alright, he's like, we're missing damage, guys. What do I buy? Alright, there's this one item that gives you a lot of damage.
Tell me more.
Also, a chance to lose the game if you die.
Maybe if you get good entrance skill like Excalibur. They're looking. They'll go Clash on instead. Last is going to be there. Rage activate now. They drop the Ignis as well with the Phantasm. The lock 2 in place. Timber check can't escape either. The Timber chain out will fail, and Jerry joins him. 3 dead already, and now the Winner's Curse being used, but no one is going to die from it. In fact, maybe next time Chase it 4 for more. Excalibur will rage the TP out. And Poshka gets out of his own TP, and Morphling just walks away.
Man, Madara is one of those players that really likes the relic, the Divine Rapier. I mean, they've been buying it. I've seen him buy this Rapier so many times now on some of his heroes, be it AMs or Gyrocopters or now Nikes as well. He really loves this item. Well, but again, if they do a mistake, it can be punished super hard.
Sometimes you got to take that chance, though, because this was definitely starting to go against Vega. But with an Aegis and Cheese pickup, they are most definitely back in this game and starting to get back in control.
He's also feeling very confident because he knew that there's 2 load of risks in that fight. It was very unlikely for them to lose that fight. It's very hard to not execute what you've got properly when you have 2 Will-O-the-Wisps on Kotl. You just spam that, you just cast those 2 spells, those 2 ultimates, those 2 little disco balls, you plant them, and then they can't really fight you back.
No, they just get to stare into the light and dance, and only 2 heroes on their side have the means to deal with that with the BKBs. And can a Morphling in the middle of these fights really afford to spend his time getting rid of those Ignises when there's that Rapier on the Lifestealer, and then when you've also got the Chaos Knight with the means to pierce your magic immunity?
They did smoke up. They're gonna try and kill that Nyx. Does he have... Yeah, he has Aegis, so even if you kill him, he's not gonna drop that Aegis instantly.
Well, they need to get him out of his base somehow. Madara doesn't want to leave. X going to be there. Looking to move in. Dark Ascension has been activated. They're going to jump straight in with the blink forward. Flashed over his own BKB. Peg 2 is going to be stunned up. Jerry got strengths up. Looks for the kill into AA, but is just being kited out right now. Meanwhile, in the midst of it, Madara moving back to try and help his lines. AA will finally die. Now the last is going to be the Ignis as well. Miposhka locked in place. The Abyssal to ensure that he cannot do anything. Can't even throw down a Winner's Curse.
He does buyback.
They don't have to keep committing, but they might feel compelled to. Madara moves in. Respect the sides, just back up. You force the buyback, just wait for your AA to respawn.
They can, or they can just go in. They still have the Aegis and Cheese, right? But they're afraid of Miposhka's ultimate. I think Winter's Curse is probably the only thing keeping them away, besides the 2 illusions of Morphling pushing bottom. So Batrider went back. Because of that, they go back, they take down the shrines.
Settle for that buyback. It is a big buyback as well, because while it's not expensive, it's arguably the most important, other than Morphlings, in these high ground defenses, right? With those Winter's Curse.
Yeah, that's Winter's Curse is definitely big.
Okay, ignore that. Madara's gone in without his team nearby. He's got the Rage, though, and he's tanky enough to move away, but that is unnecessarily risky. Did he even hit a building that time? I don't think he even hit a building that time.
He just tried to walk up, and he does have that heart, so he heals up very fast. Maybe that's the reason why he tried it. If they don't kill him, but they waste a lot of resources, he moves back a little bit, heals up, goes back in with the Rage, like he is doing right now.
Madara, Abyssal's going to come out in Excalibur. Then front out the Ice Blast. Yeah, BKB activated by the Morphling, though. And the Hex is there, and the Lifesteal's going to get him low. DM moves in, Phantasm coming out. Can't find Miposhka, though. Dust Reveal goes in. There's the use of the Winter's Curse, though. Locks him in place. Aegis has been reclaimed. Madara back in the fight, but DM not for long. Last is going to be on the Morphling. Can they do enough damage? They might, but the Cold Embrace comes out to save it. They keep on dragging him back. DM, low on HP, needs to back up from this. Stun will come out onto Pinvin check, but there's the stun with the Stormhammer through. The waveform will get the kill now. Kezu needs to get the hell out. Dodge down to half HP. He has a passenger. He's got cargo on board, and he doesn't want to spill it into the ocean. Kezu, can he get them away? The Linkers gets popped. He hasn't got the blink available. He's going to keep on moving. He turns into a little piggy. There's going to be a surprise coming out, though. There's the use of the Ignis going down. BKB activates. Slaxo going to keep chasing, finds the kill to Kezu. Now, Abyssal returned on the Lifestealer. Pinvin check will move away. Madara needs to just get out. Maybe next time has to throw down the second Ignis. He knows that they fall here, it's all over.
Excalibur is coming. Madara has to be careful. He does have a port, though.
Meanwhile, Pexu and Miposhka having a little fight in the jungle. Madara will TP away. Pexu gets the kill on Miposhka and gets out.
Yeah, that's really good that Madara managed to survive. That's the only thing that matters for Vega right now. Like, you cannot afford to lose that Rapier by any means. And honestly, it is scary. The way he died the first time, if they manage to catch him out like that again, they can take that Aegis down. So they can't take his life down and take his Rapier down. I mean, they took the Aegis already.
Very awkward the way it was taken from him as well. Not respecting the Skadi on this Morphling.
Yeah, I think what he meant to do there is to just jump in and create enough space for DM to go from the backlines and pin up. DM was just not able to do that, as Wyvern with the Winter's Curse, with the Cold Embrace, made sure that his teammates survived that fight. So he did die in the end, but he did really well overall.
Yeah, there was a delayed dust out from DM. I think if he actually hit that stun and then, you know, he throws out the dust straight away and hits the stun, and you kill that Wyvern, you probably can win that fight.
Yeah, that's true. There is a Butterfly and an MKB completed on Morphling, so this guy can kill off that Nyx. Like, that Radiance isn't gonna allow Nyx to just evade everything coming from Morphling. That level 20 talent also isn't gonna be that effective. So Morphling is definitely in a position in which he can take the Nyx down or control him throughout the fight. So the real deal are definitely not out of this game yet, but they have to execute, I have a feeling, perfectly in order to win. And it's so much easier for Vega. They just need to jump someone with the bats, drag him out, kill him off. After that, just clean up.
Kezu has reset level 20 talent now, so the attempts will come more regularly for him. It's just a matter of if he can stay alive, because his respawn timer at this stage in the game is getting pretty long. While Pinvin has that level 25 talent. Just love watching this. Sometimes when he just misses trees, the beauty of the Timber Chain range is you never really miss a tree. Well, almost never. You shoot it straight down the lane, you're going to miss a tree, but say someone accidentally cuts some trees, that's just easy traveling. He's going for a BKB next as well in this Timber. Which, I think I can get behind that. Like, if he gets hit by a 4-second stun from DM, he probably dies at this stage in the game.
There's many things why BKB is all right here, and yeah, he is having a very rough time from the start of this game. Timber, he isn't able to really find his place in this game. So getting that BKB and just making sure that you're gonna survive and be able to cast those load swords, the hexes, it's all right.
The big
It's
deal.
a little bit too defensive in my opinion, but it's all right.
Oh, well, he's just there to absorb damage at the stage, right? He's got his Hex. He wants to get that out. The other big pickup is on Slash, though. He's got the Nullifier. Which...
Now, that's a bit better. That's what I like. You use that Nullifier on who exactly, though?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because there's no BKBs, right? Like, there's no big magic immune concern other than the one that comes through a spell, which is Rage.
I mean, if you find a Kotl, I guess you can stop him from forcing and breaking out and double orbing, yeah.
Might be the play. But both teams calming down a little bit. They'll be looking towards this next Roche, which might spawn in 45 seconds. What would be the next big item pickup for either side that give them a huge swing is what you gotta ask. Is there something? Is there something that gives such a huge impact compared to
maybe
the
another
Rapiers?
Rapier? Maybe another Rapier on Lifestealer. You go for 2. Easy game. Nah, this is the thing. He sold the Radiance, and now he went for an MKB, which is gonna allow him to kill Morphlings. So he realized that the Radiance of his is not doing anything any longer, and this is definitely a better pickup now for him. So good thinking by Madara, just adjusting his item build to the state of the game. There are many players that wouldn't sell that Radiance at this point, so I think that's very big for them.
I think if this continues on, I wouldn't mind seeing like a Daedalus next, right? Because you do get those huge crits based off Feast.
I don't know. What do you replace though? That's the thing.
The Sanjin Yasha, maybe?
They give you
Slows
some
you down,
speed,
though.
some tankiness. Yeah, like I don't know. It's very dangerous. Even selling that Radiance is gonna allow everyone else to hit you. Even these heroes that don't have the MKB, they're gonna be able to hit you. So
That's true. Well, he's going for the Moonshard next. That's the most logical and expected item.
the only thing that I would like to see is Kezu BKB, because if you get that BKB and you see Night Stalker flying towards you, you can take him down. You can catch him. You don't have to be afraid of this AoE silence. This AoE silence that's lurking above you right now is they want to go the real deal. They know where Vega are, but how do you approach this high ground versus a bat? You definitely don't wanna.
No, not with the Dark Ascension already being used as well. That's the only person that can risk moving in and out of these fights right now, is Slashlow. Not even the Timber can go as deep as he can. And get away with it, that is. It might move forward now, though. Madara's waiting.
Right now, it seems.
It is. Slashlow's the target. Lassiter's going to come out. The Lotus a little bit too late to protect. Activate the Phantasm. The Cold Embrace will keep him up, but there's enough damage with the Ice Blast there. He does fall. That's probably the best pick-off they could hope for like that.
He does have buyback though, so if they overcommit, if they go too deep, he can buy back. He can use that silence.
Well, they're going to want to do something though, right? They just use the Phantasm. They want to try and hit the high ground. Daryl move in. Rage used by Excalibur as well. Skadi will slow him down a little bit. Phantasm Illusions can't quite finish off the tower, but it is in deny range. Of course, you don't want to have to deny it. There it is.
He denies it.
He gives in the end. He's like, well, this is pretty much dead, folks. Let's just kill this tower. I think Vega... Let's check the pit now.
Usually you don't want to deny it because shrines open up afterwards, but
they've already had
tier 3s, yeah, so it doesn't really matter. Not a big deal. It's not. It wouldn't be a big deal if they let it die to Vega though either, and maybe keep it there until so it defends versus the creeps a bit longer. But it was gonna inevitably die.
So this gem hasn't been noticed, by the way.
Well, Dire should notice it because it's giving them bloody vision. They actually get vision from that, so they should know something's there. But I don't know. It's the curse of the gems and the cheeses.
Well, the gems you can see though, the cheese kind of hide from both sides.
Let's see if they're gonna take. They have to.
There's no way you can test this Roach. And that's the refresh shot as well.
That's the question. Let's see.
That's the big question. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Cheese.
No. There you go. Good man.
There we go. There are so many teams forgetting about cheese recently. It's insane.
They give it to Kezu.
I'm happy.
I'm happy they do that as well. Like, he's the person who needs that.
Why? You think he needs to buff up a bit? Is he skinny?
Yeah, he needs to get some nice saturated fat in there.
There's some protein in cheese. It's all right. It's not
Depends
bad.
on the cheese.
Yeah, it definitely does.
You know, maybe, just maybe DM's lactose intolerant. I don't know. At the same time, you've got 2 hearts, right? Those guys... Actually, the heart is the thing that Madara switched out right now. Open wounds to slow down Excalibur as he starts to hit the buildings. Madara has the Abyssal run away very quickly here, but movement immo slash low. Dark Ascension activated, but that's going to be wasted. Madara almost forced stuff back in by his own teammate there. A little bit of miscommunication.
He switches that heart in. He's going to heal up with the heart and switch it back out again and win. That's the plan, I believe.
Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, they had to go deal with these creeps, which means they can poke and prod very quickly up here. They get rid of these illusions fast enough, that is. I actually switch out the MKB. I can respect that, considering he just wants to hit the buildings and how fast he was dying.
It does make sense. It does make sense, yeah. He tried switching out that hard, but he dropped to 50% in a matter of seconds, so this makes more sense.
Morphling pick definitely causing a lot of issues. Also, most people in this game now have buyback. Only 2 without it, 1 on each side. And Madara back in the base again. Throws out the Abyssal. They will hit with the Ice Blast, but Excalibur doesn't care. Oh, Hex coming out. Force Staff to get him away. Slant up as well. Double Force Staff in back. Gonna get him low with the Adaptive Strike. He might proc out. No, just about stays alive. They cannot pop this Aegis that easily. And now just regen up with the heart again. Oh, Ignis. Next time?
That was wasted, yeah.
Okay. But they go in the base. They force the attention away towards the mid lane. And God Strength or no God Strength, you don't care. Madara gets the racks and gets out. And the whole while, they have just dragged so much attention from ReaL here. They're missing buildings in the other lanes.
Yeah, they lost the bottom Raxes and the mid Raxes, so they are left with 1 range Rax. They have heroes that are able to defend versus Mega Creeps, though. It's not the end of the world for them if Megas appear. Especially if you manage to kill that Nyx. If you manage to take that Reaper, you can take their whole base. Like, there is definitely a way for DeaL to come back, even versus Megas. It's not like... It's not the end of the world.
Madara might just try and get Megas now, though. Like I said, they can hold against it, but it is a damn nuisance. And he does still have that Aegis for a long time. Lincoln's on him as well. We'll move in. Knocking on your buildings. Oh, Lasso coming out. Returned on to Kez as well. The Wiz Curse has been used. Ice Blast flies through. Ignis goes down. The second one as well. It's going to stack on top of them. They can't do enough. BKBs are up, but they're going to run out soon. They need to get rid of these very fast. They're ignoring the heroes, though. DM is going to start up on Excalibur. The Abyssal doesn't matter. He's going to be protected by the Cold Embrace on the side, though. Night Stalker not so much. Does go down. Buybacks come up from both him and the Sphere. Waveform way by Excalibur. Turns in with the open wounds. Hex. Don't worry, Madara's going to get out. They force staff him twice. He's still got the Aegis to work with anyway. Going to turn around, start the fight. 4 seconds stun on Excalibur. They're not attacking him right now, though. Madara finally realizes it will turn around. And no, stunned again. He can't move away. They're going to get him. Buyback comes out. Pinwin check. Long-range Timber Chain out. But they don't find anything. Vega, they get the most important thing, which is that range Rax kill. And all of a sudden, ReaL are up against the ropes.
And they get, what, 1, 2, 3 buybacks?
A heavy investment.
Yeah, they get 3 buybacks. I think that's as important as those Megas, because eventually they would have taken down that range Rax. Overall, they played that fight really well. That 4-second stun on Morphling definitely did help.
Especially with the other stun afterwards, right? The Chakram.
Yeah, and they needed like 3 seconds to realize where he is to start hitting him.
that was the best part. It's just Madara's like, oh, that's the Morphling? I'll turn around now. That seems like a good idea. We should kill him.
To be honest, this gem is very well concealed. Look at that. Look at that gem.
It's still there. It's just... ReaL have barely been out of their base, in fairness to them. So they probably didn't get a chance to go collect it.
I expected Vega to maybe wait for Roche, but nah, they want to go in right now.
No, you got them up against the ropes. If you wait, then they'll probably be buyback again by the time you're ready. They're going to go in. Oh, there's a lasso coming out. Going to drag Jerry away. They thought they're going with someone else. Snatch over the BKB activating moving forward. X comes out. Keeper of the Light is controlled in the meantime. And now Penguin Check chasing across on the other side, though. Kezu being ran down. Excalibur will fight against his Cheese gets eaten. Kezu still being hunted. Night Stalker's already fallen in the meantime. It's a 2-for-2 trade. Can they find more? Pektu trying to make his escape. Has got the Yules. And Madara says, all right, if he wants to fight, we'll force him. The pistol's going to come out. Excalibur being stunned up. The missed chance working in his favor at the moment. But now Madara taking a lot of damage here. No, they get wrong with the cold feet as well. Vegas has been reclaimed on Madara. No, he can't go down. DM's going to arrive just in time. But the Orchid is going to meet up Madara. Just about staying alive. Gets the Infest out as well. And Excalibur forced to fight with DM, but not in a favorable manner. He needs to back away from this. Lifesteal's already left the engagement. Ice Blast through on Excalibur. Drags him back and out of it, actually. They just saved his life. Okay. To the base they go anyway, though, because they're back in. Lassie's going to come out. Timbersaw dragged to his death. He's going to go down, and this looks like it might be over. The buyback comes out, but Excalibur, he's going to be stunned up and fully agied up. BKB will move away just in time. There's the Winner's Curse coming out. DM taking decent damage, but not enough to bring him down just yet. He might go, though. Yes! They'll be able to find him. Buyback comes out, and now Excalibur trying to snipe out, trying to do enough, but they can't. The throne is gone. GG. Vega take game 1.
Like, this game lasted longer than both of those games in the first series. 56 minutes. Overall, though, very nice game to watch. Like, very interesting to see DeaL actually manage to do something after that horrible laning stage. I think if they had a good laning stage, it would have been a completely different story. However, the way they laned, putting that Timber versus Bat, and also failing with the Timber versus that Bat, and not really succeeding a whole lot with the Night Stalker either, just left them a little bit hopeless after the laning stage. That first night hit, but the Shackle was not able to do a whole lot afterwards. And it all kind of spiraled out. They were always catching up. Like, Excalibur was amazing on that Morphling. He definitely tried to get his team out and ahead, but they were just way too heavy for him. It was way too hard, honestly. Look at Lifestealer, 18-0, right?
Didn't die once. He almost died. And to be fair, that would have been the most important kill in the entire game there.
I think, it could have been, but at the same time, he buybacks. Morphling does not have one. You still go in the end. Like, it was very hard for the real DeaL to actually hold that high ground in the end. Even if they killed the Lifestealer and took that Rapier, I don't think they would have managed to. But good fight from them, definitely. And maybe if Timber had a bit better lane so that he could pose a threat earlier, and maybe if Night Stalker was a bit better also, they could have fought them off. But they didn't. They had a bad laning stage and everything spiraled out of control. It's not many times that I say this, but I really think that in this game, laning stage was crucial for the real DeaL.
Yeah, they had these heroes that were meant to just plow out of control into that mid-game scenario. It just didn't happen. And in the end, a lot of time wasted trying to kill Kezu, who maybe you over-focused in the late game. You know, it makes sense why they did, but you could kind of feel this kind of effect of a grudge that had hung around from that laning phase where they failed to kill him so many times.
Like 5 times, right?
It was pretty ridiculous. The 4-man rotation mid that failed. Then there was another rotation bot where they just traded, but they invested double the resources. It does mean that Vega take the first game. Best of 2s, however. So real DeaL, the real question is, in this second game, are they going to be burnt out? Because we do see this a lot. You get this long first game, you go into the second one, and you work
it's a best
so
of
hard.
2. You already got 1 game. What do you care? It's enough.
All right. Well, in that case, screw it. Vega, throw them a game. Share it 1-1 each. We'll see if they're willing to do that in a few minutes.